what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it. Garrett Nussmeier, your guy, my guy, our guy. Aaron Murray has him as the best quarterback in the SEC right now. I want to get with you about his throws against Ole Miss. Going on the road last week, looking very composed, handling that game. But first, what do you want to say to the people about Garrett Nussmeier? Do you have?
I
anything?
didn't write like a speech or anything.
No. I mean, what's kind of top of your mind when you've been watching Garrett play this football season?
I guess I'm not surprised at any of the success he's having.
That is true. You had very high expectations for him coming in.
You asked me before the season, and I said he's going to be all SEC.
Yeah, you did. I was like, no way. There's 5 quarterbacks in front of him.
Yeah, what's stopping him from winning the Heisman now, baby?
I mean, kind of for real, right? I mean, the opportunity would be there. You win this weekend, he plays well in that environment.
He's gotten a signature win already.
And you're in a driver's seat for it. If you win this weekend, you are probably going to hit plus 50% odds to be projected into a playoff.
Yeah. For sure.
And so, yeah, I mean, the opportunity is definitely there.
It's fun to watch him, especially in the Ole Miss game. But you've seen it every time he's really played. He plays with such a confidence that borders on the line of dumbness. That's just amazing it's an amazing mindset, skill set, just something that you can't really coach. That for a quarterback to have, completely forgetting a bad pass, a bad play, a bad throw.
Yep.
And threading a needle in the biggest of situations. That's what you want. That's what really good quarterbacks have. That's what championship quarterbacks have, is the ability to not really change with the mood of the game.
Yeah.
Not get too up, not get too down. And that's, you see the best quarterbacks always be able to rise to the occasion. And I don't know if they're really rising their play. They're just not changing with the situation.
Yes, I think that's very well said. And it's something that I've thought about a lot, which is it is almost uncanny on a game where it's maybe not starting well or going well. The offense's ability to find the score when they have to have it. It's been throughout Garrett's entire career, whether it was the bowl game last year where Wisconsin jumped out of that early lead, and then you're at a point where you had a couple empty possessions. Possessions are starting to get pretty precious here. To keep up, you got to get a score. He got it. You think about 17-0 against South Carolina. You could not have gone enough. You literally couldn't have gone another possession. You're going to lose that game. 10-0 against Ole Miss. You really needed to stop you needed to get a touchdown on the board. They do that. It's every single time. And that speaks to what you're talking about, right? Not being too affected by the situation. And then there's just the balls. 4th and 5, game on the line, and the underneath route is wide open for an easy first down. And he rips the tud.
Which play are you talking about?
The 4th down touchdown to tie it. To send into overtime.
So that play. So that's one of the plays that I'm really specifically speaking of, about never too big of a moment.
Yeah.
You're talking about 4th down, game on the line, potentially season on the line. It's early, so it's hard
in
to say
many ways.
that.
Yes. No.
You got a 4th down and not being too big of the situation. That's his first read versus that coverage. You got split safeties. They spread out. You're taking the middle seam route. That's your number one read. And then you got a good matchup. You got a good receiver on a DB that's backpedaling, catching him in transition like we've talked about. And first read, take 3 steps, quick hitch, and get it out. Trust the read. Instead of in that situation, it's easy to be all right, 4th down, I'm gonna have to make a play here. Put your eyes skip your first read really quickly because you're gonna get your eyes down. And you're man, it's a little dangerous, but trust your read, trust your arm, trust your throw. You're not going to throw it if you don't think you can complete it.
And it's I don't know if I don't know if it's drag or whatever, but there's a receiver, I'm trying to remember who it was, coming across the middle, like wide open with like big separation underneath. But you're right. He had the balls. That's not his read. Yeah, but that's not his first read. He had the balls to trust his preparation in that moment and
there was
execute.
there's no hesitation in his foot. Like, so that's the things you watch for in pressure situations. Like, did he trust his footwork? Did he trust like the read? Did he trust his arm? There wasn't a hesitation. Like, he didn't like look at the first read, go to the second, then go back to his first read. Like, it was the play. The drag looks open to everybody else, but he never saw him because that's not his read.
Yeah.
Now, if receiver wouldn't have had that one little step where the DB plays it a little bit better, he gets down to that guy. Yeah. And we live to fight another day. But,
It's big
it's exciting
balls.
to watch, man. Big balls.
Grip it and rip
talent,
it, baby.
Man.
It's like watching Nuss play quarterback reminds me of Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation, right before he goes down on the sled and he goes, hang 10, let her rip. Like that's Nuss when he went at the end of that Ole Miss game. Hang 10, let her rip, bang, touchdown.
Yeah, just like as Tiger fans, I just enjoy it. We've been so lucky.
I know
at quarterback.
I know.
Now you got a kid that is, not playing a level, of course, as a Heisman. Jaden Daniels last year.
Jaden was like
such a different player.
Singular.
But he can make the throw. He's confident. He can make every throw in the book. He's obviously really good. Nothing's too big for him, and he's still making mistakes that he can still clean up. So it's only gonna get better from here.
It's his first year starting. It's his 8th game starting.
Right. So
this
is only gonna get better.
How about this? LSU right now too, Matt. Second in the country, averaging 4 sacks a game. Second in the country, only allowing 0.29 sacks a game. And look, the offensive line is doing the majority of the heavy lifting there, but a lot of that is Nuss as well. Getting the ball out of his hand, not holding on, not panicking, avoiding the rush. Throwing some crazy balls off his back foot a lot of at times.
Yep.
I mean, the Xavier Thomas throw is still the one. I wish we could do film today, but my laptop, for whatever reason, can't do it. Because the Xavier Thomas throw that was a touchdown that got overturned, and I understand why it got overturned. That was like the craziest throw I've ever seen. When you talked a couple weeks ago about seeing it, like some quarterbacks see a guy is open when they're really not, and being willing to put it in those zones like that. That one was just I don't know how that ball got into Xavier Thomas' hands. It's incredible.
Yeah,
you talked about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Fun to watch. It's only going to get better. Might see him in New York one day. We'll see.
T-Pass says, crazy to think Danny Etling started this elite QB run for LSU. I mean, I know it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, but in many ways, I do kind of think that was the first domino in the meme of dominoes that has now led to this like exorbitant success.
Is Danny still playing?
I think so. He's still in the league, right?
As of last year, he was kind of doing the
was he doing?
He was. I know he was training camp, and then I think he might have done some like.
So he was
AFL,
actually
XFL.
He was actually UFL. He was the Michigan Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's Panthers quarterback.
Yes,
Okay, I should have known that, dude.
I used to get texts all the time because he was in Green Bay for a little bit from the guys up the QB room up there.
You're still getting texts from the QB room in Green Bay?
Well, I was.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now you're getting texts from New York.
Yeah. But yeah, when Danny was up there for a couple of years.
Shout out Danny Dimes.
Shout out Danny. I mean, at least a 5-year career.
That 2,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, 4 interception season was like manna from heaven at the time. And you can't run if you don't first learn how to walk. And our guy Danny Dimes started to unlock the potential of the LSU quarterback position. Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.